Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Yeah. But you know what? But her and Cory Booker was an item at one point. I remember they saying Cory Booker was the boyfriend of A.L.L. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, Cory, to me, it's something like off about Cory. It's something very corny about him. I don't know. Something weird off about him.
Did we talk about the guy who has the shrine?
Yeah, you told. Yeah, we talked about it. Boy State. Yeah, we talked about that one show. Yeah.
So the other thing I want to say to you about Cory Booker is this: he's tight with, he's the head, one of the people in the gay caucus in Congress.
Okay.
And he's a major champion for gay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he need to let the world know he had a girlfriend in Newsweek and Time? He's got a boo.
Mm-hmm. He got a beard. That's what he got. And he clean shaven.
Well, actually, he said that, but what I said on Facebook is that if we were to make a reality television show for Cory Booker, it would be called In Search of a Beard.
Yes.
I'm not.
I mean, allegedly, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, Cory Booker, you're a senator. You're in Washington. You have some money. And self-hating, pardon my language, fucked up black America where black is ugly, although we claim to be black. You're light skin with green eyes. I've seen girls get pregnant by dudes just because they had green eyes, hoping that kids would have green eyes. There's some silly, jacked up, self-hating, bleaching, weave-wearing, coon female that would do anything to have light eyes on their kid that they probably wouldn't want once they saw the green eyes, would neglect them and have them wear the same Pampers for 10 weeks. However, they wanted the green eyes, right? There's a woman that would cock her legs open and hope that she could have light-colored, green-eyed kids, especially here in D.C., where black is definitely not beautiful. And I'm from here. That's not my opinion. Of course, I love black. But, I've seen it. I mean, D.C. had a Supreme Court case in the school system because little boule coons in here had 3-tier racial segregation in the school system. If you were very dark-skinned in the school, they had a thing called the track system.
Mm-hmm.
At the top, it was for the light-skinned and caramel-colored people. It's called the academic track.
Mm-hmm.
And then below that, there's the academic track. It's the academic track, the professional trade track, and then the basic track. The basic track, that's the dark-skinned people. Yeah, we black folks are really evil and talk about white people. We have this junk in our community that we don't want to deal with. You get where I'm coming from?
I heard it. Yeah,
so I know here in D.C., it's really ugly that to me, there's someone that would do anything to have someone Cory's color. In fact, I've grown up around Howard, and there are these women who know that their husbands may have an affair with a man or a woman, but if he takes good care of them, they keep their mouth shut. They don't want to feel another woman's drawers under their behind when they're in their bed.
Mm-hmm.
Or wake up with another woman's Kotex in her pillowcase. Okay, that she can't stand. You can whore, you can even have a man, but don't make them know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as long as they're in furs and ermine, in fact, a lot of these sisters, they're Greek type, they're probably a little dykish themselves, and they don't like sex at all, so the man not screwing them is like a relief. There are women who probably like, 5 centimeter deep vaginas, so they can't handle no ordinary brother, so they don't ever want to do it. So, after they have like one kid or two, the husband and them are just living together, sort of like a Bill and Hillary situation.
Mm-hmm.
There are women that would put up with Cory, do whatever, as long as he didn't beat them up, and as long as he's a good father to kids. You can have all the boys, all the girls you want, just don't bring that crap home.
Mm.
And you do have it, and you have the same thing in Memphis. Come on, you do. What's the family down there with that little Jew that looks like Elton John with a bald head? What's your congressman?
Oh, Steve Cohen.
That's no good. Cohen, yeah. Yeah, need to run his ass out of there. That's a disgrace. Negroes in Memphis had this space alien looking. I mean, he looks like E.T. and Elton John put together. He hates y'all. He can't stand y'all. Y'all have no business with him down there. He's got nasty people on his staff. He's phony. I'm serious. I mean, he's somebody, I mean, shoot. I wish he could trade places with Emmett Till. I mean, he just awful. Y'all. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had this awful spirit with those Negroes when I was in Tennessee with Cohen. I mean, y'all need to get rid of him. ADOS needs to get rid of him. There's so many black people. In fact, the family I talk about where everybody was a hoe is the Ford family. They hoes.
Well, they got certain individuals within the family got reputations.
Not the one that's in the white people, but the father of the one that's in the white
Harold
people.
Ford Sr.
Son.
Yeah, Harold Ford Jr.
Harold Ford Jr. looks like a baby bird trying to get some worms. And
okay.
But and self-hating, and he's light-skinned, and he knew he could get, and he just knew everybody wanted him because he just feed into the black self-hatred. Your child could almost look like they're white if you.
Yeah, he supposed to be where Obama ended up coming, right? They were trying to make him he's gonna be the first black president. They were trying to hype him up. He almost won the Senate seat in Tennessee, but couldn't pull it out. Because he wanted a white girl at the end. Yeah.
No, that thing about the thing about Harold Ford Jr. His Obama thing that he did was very stupid.
Mm-hmm.
He was stupid. He was very stupid. He's doing the exact same thing that the Democrats are doing at large, and that is that they don't, what's the song? I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. Right? Ain't you proud to beg, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The Democratic Party is too proud to beg for black votes. They're arrogant. And Harold Ford Jr. spent all of his time in Eastern Tennessee trying to get these hillbillies that would rather shoot him and use him for fertilizer for their apple trees than have him be senator. Okay, let's just talk straight here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what are the other trees? They're what's that thing called? The pecan trees. Use them for pecan tree fertilizer. He could have worked South and West Tennessee and won. But he didn't want to come off as being too close to black people. So he considered himself a blue dog Democrat, and in reality he was a screw dog Democrat because it didn't really matter that he didn't do all this stuff and he took all these stances and so forth. I remember talking to a guy on his staff in 2000 trying to introduce some discussions about human rights for African Americans. That dude literally ran for me like Jesse Owens with his ass on fire. It was just, please don't talk to me about justice for black. It's like, wow, why are these people so scared of the people that they're so supposed to represent? So, but Harold Ford Jr.'s father was a whole, he was, and Harold Ford Jr. was a coon, and that's what brought them down. But, I think Harold Ford Jr. now and then did stuff. Cohen seems to be more interested in people's pets than black people. So he can't do anything for me except, have a stroke and a Coke and a smile.
Wow.
And I hope it's his last Coke. I mean, just awful. I just really, that's a seat, a congressional seat y'all could get back. In fact, Hurd, why don't you run for that seat in Congress?
Oh, well, I was thinking about Harold Ford Jr. when he vacated that seat. It caused a divide in the black vote, and it's been divided ever since. Like, we got a white mayor now, and because the black vote is so divided in the city. But Memphis is such a cliquish town, though. You got to have the right last name, like a Ford or a Bailey or a Hooks. If you don't have the right last name, you won't get in. Very boule, black elitist type of thinking.
Well, I'm just trying to think. So, you have a white man now, but didn't you have a crooked chief of police a couple of years ago and a crooked mayor?
I don't.
Why do people?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It must be all the pork rinds y'all eat down there.
There's a lot of barbecue, man. We do eat a lot of pork down here. You know what it is? It's that crump mentality. Memphis just got, but 50 years ago, Memphis was up there with Dallas and Atlanta and Nashville. We got left behind. I can't say it's just a King thing, but it's also the crump mentality from Boss Crump days, that plantation mentality that we got. So we never had to struggle for the vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always had the franchise, so to speak. The black people always had to vote in Memphis, as long as we voted Democrat and for Boss Crump and his people. We always had our vote. We didn't have to struggle like Mississippi or Alabama and places like that with the vote. So we kind of lazy, I think.
It sounds like DC. The thing that's really funny, I had to mention to you, this person called me from Memphis last week, and I've got to go back in the archive and look to see where my great-great-great-grandfather was from West Tennessee, which I don't understand it. And so someone reached out and asked me, are you related to the people over, and that's just, it could be. I just don't. I don't have anything more than a birth date for the man. I wish I knew more. I don't know how to find it. I have to go back and look, but